Hi everyone, it's January and it may be cold outside, but there's still vegetables that you can plant this month. Today I'm going to plant some that enjoy cooler temperatures and also some that have a long growing season before they reach maturity. I'm starting with lettuce today. Lettuce loves cooler temperatures, so it's perfect to plant right now here in Southern California. And it's so versatile. You can plant it in containers, raised beds, start from seed or from transplants. It's just such a versatile vegetable to grow. And if you live in a northern climate where you're experiencing a lot of cold weather right now, you can actually start it from seed indoors or grow it indoors all winter long and have your fresh, tasty salads inside. Good soil is so important to growing good vegetables. Now I'm reusing some of my old potting mix, but I'm going to boost the nutrition by adding some of my homemade compost. And I also like to use the Vermistera worm castings just to kind of boost the nutrition a little bit more, and some organic granular fertilizer so the seedlings really take off. Give it a good mix and we're ready to fill our containers. Now lettuce likes a container that's at least 6 inches deep, so I'm going to fill up my little 1-gallon container here with soil before we plant our seeds. And this one will grow inside. And these little 6-pack containers are super handy for growing inside under grow lights. Press the soil down to take out any of the air pockets so the seeds germinate better. And I like to plant different varieties. Different colors and textures are always fun to have in your salads too. Starting here with prize head lettuce, one of my favorite varieties. I absolutely love the colors of this lettuce. It's beautifully red and textured and it's so delicious in salads. And I'm just going to very, very lightly sprinkle the lettuce seeds on top of the soil here. And lettuce needs light to germinate, so it makes it super easy. You don't even have to cover it with soil. Just kind of tamp it down a little bit to give it really good contact with the soil. I'm going to stick the tag in so I don't forget the variety that I've grown. And the lettuce loves cooler temperatures. 65 to 70 degrees is ideal for germination. And under optimal temperatures, it's going to germinate in about 5 to 7 days. And lettuce needs 4 to 6 hours of light to germinate, so I'm going to pop these in a sunny spot or put them under grow lights inside. I'm also going to plant some of the Paris cause romaine lettuce. It's a good heat-tolerant variety, so it's great for southern gardeners. And lettuce really is one of the easiest varieties you can grow. And Paris romaine adds some good lettuce variety to my salads. The same way, sprinkle it on top, tamp it down, give it a little spray, keep the top of the soil moist until they germinate. And don't forget the tag. About 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be harvesting your own fresh lettuce. Definitely one of my garden favorites. So you just pick the outer leaves, leave the inner leaves to keep on growing so you can keep on harvesting, and you can make yourself a delicious, fresh, tasty salad. Now I'm going to start some tomato and pepper seeds. And the reason why it's good to get an early start on these is because they have a long growing season. And by the time it's warm enough to plant them outside, I'll have my own transplants to pop into the garden. Now it's a little bit too cold for them to grow outside right now. They're warm weather vegetables. They love 70 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm actually going to grow them indoors under grow lights on a heat mat. And then we'll bring them outside when the weather warms up in the early spring. I like to use a nice light seed starting mix for starting my tomatoes and peppers. This is my favorite DIY mix, made from coco coir, worm castings, and vermiculite. Nice and light, but retains water and has lots of nutrients, so my seedlings will really take off. A great time to start your tomato and pepper seeds is about 8 to 10 weeks before your last frost date, because that way you'll have nice transplants to pop out into the garden. If you don't know your frost date, just look on almanac.com, pop in your zip code, and it'll give you that date for the area where you live. Now I'm going to start with tomatoes, one of my favorite vegetables in the garden, and I'm going to plant 2 different kinds, an indeterminate and a determinate kind. Determinate are more bush type varieties suitable for containers. You can harvest a lot of the crop all at once. Indeterminate varieties grow over the growing season until frost, so you're harvesting over a longer period of time. It's always nice to have options in the garden. The 2 varieties I'm going to plant today are some of my favorites, Golden Jubilee and Ace 55. First I'm going to plant my Ace 55 tomatoes, my determinate tomatoes. Now because tomato seeds are so tiny, you don't want to plant them too deep, or they might not have the energy to push up to germinate. So I am going to drop about 2 to 3 seeds in each little seed cell here. And whatever containers you use for planting your tomato seeds, just make sure they have drainage holes so all the water can drain through and the plants don't get waterlogged. Just dropping in my tomato seeds and then just barely pushing them down. The general rule of thumb is to plant them no more than 2 times their width. I'm also going to plant Golden Jubilee, one of my favorites, a beautiful yellow sweet slicing tomato. Time for the peppers now, planted almost exactly the same way you plant the tomatoes. Again, always love to have a variety in the garden. So it's California Wonder, beautiful red, thick-walled pepper, great for grilling, and a pepper with a nice mild heat, a jalapeno. And by the way, if your seed starting mix is a little bit too dry, make sure you moisten it before you plant so your seeds have the moisture they need to really get going. It's way too cold outside right now to grow my tomatoes and peppers, so I'm going to move them indoors and put them under grow lights on a heat mat. Now, a heat mat helps raise the bottom temperature to 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which will help them germinate faster. I'm going to leave my grow lights on for 18 hours a day and off for 6 hours a day. Now, I have a more in-depth video on how to get your grow light set up. Don't be intimidated. They're really very easy to get set up. You can go watch that video so you know exactly what to do. Thanks for spending time with me in the garden today, and please let me know down below if you're going to be planting and growing these seeds with me this January. Can't wait to read your comments and grow with you in 2024. You might want to head to our website and grab my book, Organic Gardening for Everyone. It'll be a really helpful resource for you as you grow this spring. And the Spring Garden Seed Collection has some great veggies for you to grow with too. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.